Hello and welcome, Runaway Warlords, to a fabulous, hearty episode of Reviewers Review. I am Samurai Drew.
And I'm the DarkBritton, baby.
Today, on episode 4, we are focused upon King of Lightning.
I'm excited for this one. I am really excited. Not only because we did like 30 hours of research, but also because if you're a One Piece fan, you know of King Zama.
Right,
Awesome dude.
We have forgiven him, though, for stealing our aesthetic of lightning. We will, play his intro. And then play ours. Hello. A little bit of similarity there. Wow, what a jerk. Yeah. King of Lightning is a jerk.
He had that time machine and came to this particular moment in time.
I mean, he doesn't own lightning, right? I mean, he's not the king of... Oh, crap. We gotta change our stuff.
Maybe. I'd be that. I'm not doing all that work. That's all you.
Okay, all right. We might just keep it unless, he sues us. Okay. I got my handy-dandy notebook here. Let's start with early how we started. And I feel like you should take this one away because you really put it in the back work on this one.
Well, it helps to be a researcher in IRL, but with King, it's pretty insane. So and just to give a brief understanding of everything that's going on, this video is going to be one of our first postings of 2021. And since it is 2021, I will be the first person on the internet to say, happy decade, King. Granted, it's going to be happening in August, but King of Lightning first started posting videos on YouTube August of 2011. Let me say that again. August of 2011. Half of his subscriber base, and we'll talk about all of that later, was still in kindergarten at that point, or kindergarten or below, 6 and 7 and below.
Wow. That's
insane that this man has been on the platform for a decade at this point, in 9 months, but still. And if you really want to look back on it, he was in 2010, so technically he's been on the platform for that long. He had a gaming channel when he was just this chibi, cute, kawaii college student with his Buffalo whatever shirt on. It was just really fun seeing him as a teenager and just being like, huh. And then seeing how he's progressed and grown and really turned into an adult on the platform, which is just a really awesome history lesson for those who may want to go back.
Yeah, but he definitely toned down the swear words. He used to really be a little bit more raunchy as far as I can tell. He still does lay down some pretty good jokes, but it felt a lot.
But it's also his career now.
Right.
Keep in mind, when King Goo started, he was, I don't know how old he is now. I could only assume he was in college, so he was roughly 19, 20. So yeah, then life is going to change you in that regards. And again, as someone who went back and watched a lot of it, his very first video, the very structured edit, Drew's probably gonna have a lot of the clips coming up, but it's literally like this little billfold, like you're going to a theater or a show, and it's just very standard. And it's just looking at that then and where he's come now, you're just like, wow. And it's just it's a progression over time, which is just awesome. He was very, very big with Naruto first starting off, but he also covered Bleach, One Piece, and then Toriko, which was more of his authentic, his own real niche.
Well, as we're talking about Naruto, I had to comment upon what he saw. He finally put to words why I didn't like Naruto in the end. And that's because of a little character called Rock Lee. And the basic premise of Naruto in the beginning was you work hard and you can achieve your goals, right? And yeah, King, I totally agree with you. That series took a total crapshoot during Shippuden because it was all about you're the special snowflake. And because of that, everyone has to respect you because of the things that,
so it's not the hard work thing anymore.
There was hard, Naruto did hard, work hard.
Oh, is that?
But definitely was not the premise of the series anymore. And I think that's really where it lost great charm, and I think that's what he nails down perfectly. Even in his early days, he's always said that. That's all.
Oh yeah, and with Shippuden, I've never finished Shippuden. I should go back.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I really started falling off when they started fighting all the Akatsuki. I think he was told that he can't use the Rasengan more than a few more times, and I started falling off around that, just because there was a lot of filler and it was really hard.
Well, it wasn't the Rasengan, it was the Wind Rasengan, which is
It was the Wind Rasengan that he couldn't do.
Right. Wow.
Because it did something to his chalk. This is over a decade ago at this point. I'm old. Do you see all of this stuff? Yes.
Here, just a second. I'm getting a little hot. Just like I gotta wipe off some sweat here.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Thank you, Tal Junior Sama and Handkerchief Sama for Jew.
Yes. When did you see when the towel came into play? Because the
towel has been there since he had them in college. It wasn't necessarily like Towel Senpai among his community at that point. That kind of hit when YouTube started hitting its stride as far as paying people. When him and Roger were really making it big, and that was 13, 14, 15, is when Towel Senpai really started making it himself known.
Right. That's great. So would that be his Kingu next evolution then, when he turned into Kingu? When the towel came out?
He really became Kingu. The towel really brought out the Kingu, as well as he started instituting the edits. Once, and this is around again when YouTube started paying people for their content. So of course now he's able to put forth more time into it. So this is when a lot more of the edits happened. For those, he hasn't done this in the last few years. I find it funny that I started watching him right at the tail end, but he would have the boobs running in the top corner. This is also when that started. He stopped doing it probably around a year ago. And he stopped doing it, I think, around the time. Yeah, I love King. His logic sometimes just confuses me because he is the biggest. He is angriest about the portrayal of Big Mom because he wants a strong female character. He is pissed off about Boa sometimes because she became a puppy for Luffy sometimes. King, sorry, King, if you're the first one to hear this, but you are a feminist because King just wants a strong female character that can just hold her own and fight.
That's it.
When Big Mom had her amnesia, and I remember watching this, and he's just like, "Are women just a joke in One Piece?" And meanwhile, he has this like boobs running right above his head, and I'm just like, and not long after that, he stopped doing it. I'm just like, did King just have a moment?
He was like,
which is funny, which is a very funny.
Oh, canceled. We are canceling King, aren't we? Canceled.
No.
Canceled. No.
Well, that's also the thing, because when he became Kingu, KingofLightning always has had the stance of, if I like it, I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna talk about it, but if I don't like it, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And this is who I am. And that really kind of encompasses not necessarily his wing of the One Piece community, but a part of the One Piece community that's unabashed by this is what I like, this is what I don't like. We're gonna fight over this a ton. This is generally where a lot of the power scaling comes into play. But again, like, it's a part of the community that is a little bit more rambunctious than most.
Yeah.
But again, one of the more solid parts of our community.
So that brings me to a great point about his series where it goes, Rock Lee sucks, Naruto sucks. All the characters that he just wishes were written better, and I love that. They're great titles, obviously. That's a great clickbaity thing to say. And yeah, big fan of that series. That's all I was going to say about that.
Oh, no, it makes sense. Just because King is again, and he is able to explain it in an amazing way that makes you, the fan, just be like, I mean, I disagree, but it makes sense the way he said it. understands what he's doing. He literally has been doing this for a decade at this point, which is just pretty crazy when you think about it. When you think about a subscriber base, which we'll get to probably in a bit. But again, I feel like there's kind of a meme going on with him and his subscribers, but we'll talk about that when we get to his future and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that I used to watch him maybe like 4 or 5 years ago when I was in college, and I remember he top 3. He had Roger's Base, KingofLightning, either Teching or somebody else. I can't really remember who else, but he was definitely part of a big 3 when the big 3 was a big meme. And it's surprising that he doesn't have a million subscribers. It is surprising because he should be more near Teching. And I wonder what that's about.
Well, we can jump into that segment then. I'll just talk about it really quickly because King started about, I want to say it was 2016, 17. So this is at the peak of Kingu. That I guarantee you to click. And I love that. I love that so much. And it's so fun because I've literally been watching like 10 to 15 hours just to get ready for this video. So seeing his reviews, I can't remember what video it was when he first started, but I remember just like, what? Obviously I didn't watch all of them, so I don't know the exact first one, but the first time frame was around 16, 17. And it was just that was the pivot into the dynasty that we have on paper. Because when you look at his YouTube channel, it's drastically below where it should be. And I think that's actually a meme between the core fans of his community who just aren't going to subscribe because he does that I guarantee you stick. Just because he should be at least up there with Roger, who's 280. I can't see why he couldn't be up there with Teching, who has been on the platform just as long. So that it's confusing, one, but who knows? It could be of all the communities, King's community is the one that would not subscribe, but come back every single week just because he does that outro every single time. Of all the communities, that would be the one.
So let's talk about he had some trouble in the past with some copyright strikes. And so his idea of combating that was to show his tablet to the webcam. And that's how, and I remember that's when I was watching him in college when he used to do that a lot. And it's kind of an interesting way to skirt around the whole YouTube copyright system, because I do wonder how if that was a great strategy for him, like as far as like they won't be able to pick that up if they're going right there. And I wonder why more.
It's interesting. As far as editing goes, especially for back then, it doesn't really take away much. And he still found, and I think a lot of it did come from a lot of the anime reactions that he was doing. So when I first started following him, which was around end of 2018, he would have the filter of just a crown up in front of the anime scene or whatever. And this is in the Kingu moment. So we're around 16, 17. If we're trying to keep some kind of order to his chronologic past. And it looks like this is when he made the pivot from YouTube to primarily Twitch. And King has been primarily on Twitch for roughly the last 3 years. Just because Twitch, you used to be able to get away with everything. And now simp is a bad word to say on Twitch. So King's definitely in trouble.
He's out.
So now he's actually having to evolve. And we'll talk more about that. But he went to Twitch, which became just this huge streaming, and where I got sucked in. And a part of my day when I first got into One Piece week-to-week manga, like that was just the end of your day. You would get ready for the stream. If you came in late, sucks for you. You'd have to wait till it was over just so you could rewatch it to see the live reaction. It was just a very fun part of the day. And I think it was then when he started doing the Kaido opening, all praise to Kaido, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He is a engineering major. He was pre-med, and And I'm very interested to know where a lot of his ideas come from, because if he would have said communications or theater major, I would definitely believe him. He's not up there with teching. Teching is his own beast when it comes to creative ideas. But Kingu, the prayer to Katakuri, the mousepad thing is just, those are when he's really solidified as a Yonko in this era. Granted, go ahead.
Can we just take one pause here? And we have to answer this question. So we're talking King of Lightning versus Tekking, okay? In a brawl of comedy chops. Who is funnier?
Oh my God, don't do that to me.
Or King of Lightning? I find myself laughing out loud. I find myself laughing out loud more at King of Lightning, and yet I think that Tekking's videos are funnier all the way through. But King of Lightning, when he hits those funny comedic beats where he takes those big pauses, this is gonna be me impersonating King of Lightning. My suit.
Tekking's comedy chops are better, but King of Lightning's reactions are a comic genius that is natural and is unplanned. When we got the bounties, King has this big thing of only manly kyaws. He had the most female kya of all time when we got the bounties, and he saw Roger's bounty. It was the funniest thing I have ever seen. It's just, but so, like, that's the thing. Tekking can create these amazingly funny skits, and they work, hashtag not a furry and all that. But King is just that natural personality it's so funny. It's just too funny.
What's next for the guy? Because we were just talking about how he kind of transferred from Twitch and back into YouTube, right?
Yeah, he's currently transferring back into YouTube. He's gonna start having a streaming channel, which he does a lot more of his streams. That is Cole Requiem, which is slowly blowing up. I swear, if Requiem becomes bigger than his actual channel, I'm going to laugh. But it's also going to be like it's going to be like an interesting kind of humor, I guess. A dark, pessimistic humor. There we go. But also, so he's probably going to keep the Twitch, keep that going. But with everything going on Twitch, I just looked at his channel on Twitch. A lot of his videos are gone. So I don't know what's happening on Twitch. Like, I swear, if he's getting tagged for saying simp, that's going to be the most ridiculous thing ever. but he's coming back over, so he's going to have more of his series, which is what he stayed in. But the biggest thing for Cole, and I just found this out before we started recording this, he does partnerships with Viz. Cole is the perfect personality to really be at the vanguard of the One Piece community. As more and more people start getting into One Piece, it starts the community starts getting more and more understanding. I would love for, obviously Roger's already off in doing his own thing, and a lot of people from other mediums know him, but Cole would be a great representation of the One Piece community as well. And it's fun seeing him
in 4K
in 4K right. Do videos and doing, what's the other video he did? Oh, he did a breakdown of Toriko in a minute. And it's really interesting because he is at the point where his knowledge, his personality, his humor, his skill set, just everything he is, will have a following that if he can and should, I wouldn't say doing like YouTube originals and stuff like that, but doing these Comic-Con stuff, panels and hosting different things. I would love to see One Piece YouTube content creators do more in like the anime awards and streamies and manga awards. I would love things like that. And Cole would definitely be a great representation of that.
Yeah. One thing that we haven't really mentioned before we end this, I do want to mention that whenever you see a mass collab of One Piece YouTubers, King of Lightning is going to be there. Rain, shit, or shine. King of Lightning's going to be at what, I think he says yes to a lot of things, and that's cool to see because I see him on a lot of other people's YouTube videos.
He has the biggest community, and this is not just YouTube, it's not just Twitter. His Discord is insane. He has all these different avenues for people to just be able to vent and talk about life. So he has built this grouping of people who may have some of the more contentious interactions on the platform and in our community, but by far are the closest. The following that Cole has in the connection that he shares with everyone in his community is top notch and second to none, to be completely honest.
True. Any parting words for King of Lightning?
I would say bring back the video channel and the anime reaction channel that you have. Also, I guarantee you that this was a really dope thing. Oh, before I forget, in one of his latest videos when he was talking about moving things over and a lot of different updates, he also had an update video about the anime being extended. King-sama, you are missing something, okay? While I am excited about the Odin fight and the Ashura fight, if we can get in this upcoming episode, maybe one episode of Buggy going up against Momonga, maybe half, no, full episode, Toei. Full episode of Buggy up against Momonga. We can get Boa just wiping Colby, a full episode of Boa wiping Colby.
No way.
Then yes.
No
I want
way.
a full episode of that. And then I guess you could split the Mihawk and Weevil episodes up. But Cole released a video talking about what's going on.
God bless whoever's going against Mihawk. God bless them.
Right?
Because they're about to have two bodies.
I want to see that. If Toei is going to be extending what we didn't get to see, I want to see that. And while Cole is really hype about those fights in Odin's flashback, I'm excited about the Shichibukai and everything going on. Wow. Also, during that video, he had something in French. And for those who do not know, Cole is Haitian. I used to work with international students, and I had a lot of students from Haiti. So when he busted out the French, it was this really nice callback to one of my old careers. And he tried playing it off. I'm like, Haitians speak French. I know this. Like, it's just a really cool note. And everyone in his community was like, whoa, where did that come from? And I'm like, I know.
Wonderful, wonderful. So this is DarkBritton. I am Samurai Drew, and watch over someone precious to you. See you at the next episode of Reviewers Review. See you later. Bye.